2, 1. Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Slash Chat Podcast. I am Elmir Miel, and here is your other 3 hosts for today. We're on episode 6. Yay! We've lasted 6 episodes. Yay! Minus we missed a Carthnal, who was 13 minutes late. Poor Carthnal. He was dying.
Sorry.
Yeah, he was
A little bit.
He was dead.
Dying. So, as podcast tradition, we are going to go through and say what we've been doing this week and our intro, pretty much. So we're going to start with Alex, as always.
Well, at first I was trying to get Kat to stop. Oh crap! I was gonna take a drink and then she starts drinking. She's been doing that today for some reason. I don't know why. Now she's just being silly. But as far as what I've been playing, I've actually been getting a lot of gameplay done. I did a review for the Hardcore Gamer for this game called Yumi's Odd Odyssey on the 3DS, which is actually, it's the first localized game in a series that has been exclusive to Japan since the Super Nintendo days on Super Famicom. So they finally got around to localizing it. It's this freaking difficult as freaking hell platformer. The review is up on that website, and I'm doing a review of this game called 10 Second Ninja, which I'm certainly getting some opinions on that. What?
It sounds awesome.
Well,
Never
we'll
even
see.
heard of it before.
Well, it's an indie game, and it's another game where you fight Robot Hitler, because that's such an original idea. Yeah, I mean, anyone who's ever played Wolfenstein will probably disagree with that sarcasm, but...
Well, in Wolfenstein, it was original.
Yeah, I mean... Well, that was Mecha Hitler. This one is just a floating Hitler head that's a robot that shoots lasers. It's pretty funny, and the gameplay is okay, but I think, I have certain opinions about it, and I just think that there are a lot of things that need to be addressed. But I'll have the review of that up probably this week. Writing articles, I've also had some time to play some Skyrim. I've played some Sonic Adventure 2 Battle to Torture Chow. Although I've kind of eased back on the torturing lately because they've learned to swim. 2 of them have learned how to swim, so I can't drown them anymore.
No.
Because every time the most developed ones, when I throw them in the water, they just start swimming. They don't start struggling and crying and drowning. But sometimes when I hold them, they they wriggle around and get all upset because I'm holding them, and it's so funny because they're so pathetic. They're so pathetic. And sometimes they just run away screaming, which is funny. I mean, it's like, Alex, why are you being so mean to the Chow? Because they're insignificant and worthless. And then I love them, so, some of them are... I raise them, but then, you're just like, you torment them because it builds character.
I'm
What's
sorry,
so funny,
Chad, I'm
Kat?
laughing at you.
I thought Kat was laughing at me.
No, I have to share this because it was a little too funny, and it's sadly on Kraft's behalf. So, Kraft has had complications getting onto the Minecraft server this week because just connection issues in general. And he was like, communication was adjusted again, but only now, a day later, and something with the satellites. So Grim just said, the Russian spies, ? And if anyone knows who I'm talking about, this gentleman is Russian, to begin with. And I was like, Grim, no! So, Grim, I pat you on the head for a second. Sorry, Alex, that was just too funny.
The Russian spies are sabotaging the Minecraft server?
No, because Croft is Russian.
Yeah, I got that.
So, Grim didn't realize, or else he probably wouldn't have said it.
Oh, okay, so it's someone else who made that joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, in that regard, that's pretty funny, actually. It's like, whoops, sensitivity.
Everywhere.
Awkward. But, had some time to play Skyrim. Invested some time in that. Finally put in 100 hours in that, although compared to like what Carthnell's doing, it's my time is pathetic compared to his. But,
or you could say it the other way around because I've got too much time.
No,
in there.
investing that much time in Skyrim is what you're supposed to do. I've only done 102 hours, and I still have, and that's because, and I've invested so much time in this, and I don't even know where I am in the quest, in the main quest. I don't care about that.
I'm about to hit 300 hours in Skyrim.
What are you
Where's my
laughing
life going?
That's funny.
Where's my life going? Almost 300 hours in Skyrim.
Kat's laughing at me because she thinks I did something stupid, so she makes fun of me. Speaking of making fun of me, we played some Borderlands 2 last night.
Oh, that was so entertaining.
Just to try and get her
So
away
entertaining.
from Elder Scrolls Online for a little bit. And of course, I mean, since she can't kill me, she just pushes me around with the car. Like, she runs into me, and then I'm dashing on foot down the road, and she's shooting at me, and she's just blocking me into buildings with the car, and she's having too much fun just tormenting me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, and the whole time I'm just like, Kat, this is how she finds joy in Borderlands 2. Because if she couldn't do that, she'd be bored out of her mind.
Oh, I know.
And I just got to deal with it.
So David, other
Yo.
than dying, what have you been up to?
Yeah, don't die, David.
Or has it just been dying?
This week, a little bit less of dying than last week. I'm feeling a lot better, except for this morning being a little bit of a hiccup there. I trimmed my beard a little bit yesterday because it was getting kind of huge and wispy. My hair doesn't get thick; it just sort of goes all over the place. So I trim it. Lots of Minecraft. I've been working on my giant citadel of awesomeness.
Citadel.
Yes, the citadel. Jeremy helped me out with my portal because I was like, I can't be asked to do it. I'm just going to tear it down soon. And I mentioned to him that my portal was fucked. He's like, hey, I need something to do. I'll fix it for you. So he did, which I'm very grateful for. That I didn't have lava or obsidian or diamond tools, so I'm like, I can't even, more Skyrim. There's always more Skyrim. I can't not play this game for some reason. There's always just more going to it. If ever I find myself getting slightly bored, I'm like, alright, I'll just add another couple mods in. Good, let's go. I have so many characters. It is just like, what the hell? Like, get through whatever I'm done with that one. I'm just like, alright, new character. Let's try all this stuff instead. Bizarre. Other than that, lots of being sick, but it's out of my throat now. I feel like I can actually talk, which is cool.
Yay!
Yeah, opposed to last week where I wanted to cough every 2 seconds, but tried so hard not to. At the end of last week's podcast, I was coughing up everything. I'm like, hang on, guys, I'm dying over here.
We don't want a dead Carthnell.
Exactly. So sick, Minecraft, Skyrim. That was my week.
Not a half bad week there, minus the sick.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jeremy, what have you been doing?
Well, let's see. Started Elder Scrolls Online last night. Unfortunately, by the time I started playing, my focus was a little off, so I just kept going, ooh, shiny, ooh, shiny, ooh, shiny, and...
Made questing hard.
Yeah, sorry about that.
How are you guys finding Elder Scrolls Online?
We pre-ordered. But...
No, I think he means
do you
how do
like
we
it?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said,
experience?
my focus was a little last night. So I don't know if it was just me screwing up that was making me feel a little squishy. actually, that was probably it. I really like how the crafting works in it because I'm sorry, I played WoW for years and I hated having to level. Okay, I got to level skinning if I want to do leatherworking. I got to level mining if I want to do blacksmithing. And then the stuff you made was only, kind of okay. It wasn't great. Whereas the stuff you can craft and the stuff you can buy seems pretty well balanced, and the crafting system is very nicely balanced. You want to make a better sword or whatever, you don't have to go off and find, like 50 bear asses to distill into, essence o bear butt or something.
Essence o bear butt.
You just add more ore into the process. It makes a little bit more sense. I like it pretty well so far. But like I said, it was the first night, and I only spent about 2 or 3 hours playing, and I was kind of at the end of my day by that point. Teaching, getting stuff together for the gym. There are going to be a bunch of changes over the summer because the gym just got sold like a week after I got a job there, and the new owner's been gradually changing things, and I think most of the big changes are coming this summer. So a lot of stuff with that, getting myself back in shape, or trying to anyway. I've been seeing a lot of stars. So playing ESO, working out, and of course lots of Minecraft. I'm actually starting to run out of ideas of stuff to screw around with.
You can always help me.
Started to build a rail station in between my base and Almir's because we were so close. And I got into the place where, I was going to build my rail station, wrote down the coordinates, then went down into her base, to the place where she wanted her rail station. Turned on the coordinates, looked at them, went, wait a minute, that can't be right. The X and the Z are exactly the same. So the two places were in the same spot, just different Y coordinates. So really, you just needed an elevator, but I put in a train station anyway. So, lots of Minecraft, because smelting stone takes forever. You still need to get lava buckets.
I know.
Doesn't bug
You
you.
actually do really work.
Yeah.
He fixed my portal, I'm like, lava buckets, okay. This'll work.
Yeah, pretty much just saw a show that was a lot of fun over the weekend. Other than that, same old, same old.
Not bad. So Elder Scrolls Online, guys! Elder Scrolls Online. And actually, a lot of people... Okay, so a lot of people, when they initially talked to me about this, were like, I thought you said you hated it. And the worst part about this whole situation is because in beta, a lot of things didn't feel right. And they still don't feel right. Like, the combat to me is still like... But I'm also not a melee type person, and the game almost forces you to be a melee type person to do damage. Unless you play Sorcerer. And I'm just like... Because, like, I was playing as Templar. I started my character as Templar. And was like, man, this is amazing. I get to, like, heal everyone, and it's gonna be awesome. And then I get into combat, and I'm like, it's not dying quick enough. So I went sword and board. Well, sword and board. There we go.
But you're playing a Templar. That means the guy behind you is going to try and stab you.
I know. There's something in my soul that really hates playing a Templar. I couldn't imagine what it is.
In your pink room.
So,
For those who haven't figured it out yet, she doesn't like the color of her room.
I don't. I hate it. I hate the color pink. That's why I'm starting to cover it in posters.
Get more posters.
And that's why I keep covering everything in pink wool in your face.
That is true. That is true. But so other than
Everyone,
Elder Scrolls,
send her pink related things just to bother her.
I'm gonna smash
You have an Aerosmith song right now.
Yeah, just find music, send her links with songs from the artist Pink, the song
Hey, I
Pink
used
from
to actually
Aerosmith.
listen to Pink all the time.
Remember that one song she did, Get This Party Started, that sounds like nothing she does these days?
Mm.
I'm smashing
Just
Alex.
name everyone in the chat, name off songs that have to do with the color pink, and we'll spam her with links to them.
So other than playing ESO, I've been playing Minecraft, of course, on the new server, which has been going swimmingly, actually. No more catastrophes this week, so we're good on that forefront. But I got my name tag. For a lot of you people who are just like, I'm sitting here watching catfish for the next hour, I finally got my name tag, so you can stop watching me fish. But now that I got my name tag, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. So I'm like, I have 2 now. Actually, I found another one while fishing again. And I don't know what to do with it. I actually do not know what to do with it. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in due time. So ESO, Minecraft, and then last night we played Borderlands 2, which I ran Alex over by a car. Several
Well, she couldn't
times.
run me over because she can't hurt me. She just pushes me around. So I'm on foot and I'm driving and I'm moving really, really fast, like I'm bionic or something. Yeah, that's what I was saying while I was flying across the land. And
Yep. So we're gonna go straight into the topic hat. So let's see. We added a couple more in today.
all right,
Due to Twitter and some of my own volition. Okay, so our first topic of the day is... I was waiting. I was waiting for this one to come back up. I've been waiting 6 podcasts for this slip right here. Right here. And it's probably going to be backwards for everyone.
I can't see that.
Oh.
Why don't you read it?
Oh.
Yeah.
I was trying to get, like, drum roll and anticipation, but I guess not. Failed. Cat failed. The topic is gamer girls.
They do exist. I have evidence.
So
This
as being
proof
the only
right
person
here.
here with an actual vagina, can I start this topic?
Actual, as opposed to not actual,
Supposed to
as
work.
opposed to fake. Bullshit. All right, okay. She gets her opinion, because what do we know about this?
I'm sure you guys know a lot about this, but this kind of this goes to home. This invades my soul. So I'm gonna first start this whole topic off by saying, I'm a gamer girl, not a girl gamer. Straight up. And there was an article that was linked to me, actually, that was pretty nice and pretty in-depth about what the difference was. And it's all based on what comes first, the game or the girl. And so being a gamer girl, my focus is playing the game and not myself. So a lot of times you see these girls on Twitch with shirts down to here, and they're like, cleavage! And they don't play the game. They just sit there and go, look at me, I'm a gamer girl. How cute. You should throw me money. Oh my god. And then you get me who's like, bitches, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna pwn some fucking noobs. Yeah. So, based on this whole situation, I'm very irritated with, like, the internet and the culture of gaming when it comes down to famous. I don't care about who stole whose princess and put her in what castle, and the fact that Lara Croft is now the damsel in distress sort of superhero person. I don't give a shit. I don't care. It's a game. I play it. It's wonderful. I'd rather play the male, like, main leads and stuff like that. Anyhow, Gears of War, one of my favorite games. I don't care. I don't care what the problem is in the game, if it's male or female. Do not care. And a lot of people get very irritated. They're like, well, this needs to be feminist and everything. I like powerful women to display in video. Fuck off. Just fuck off. So, the deeper topic that irritates me is watching Twitch. This, right here. What? It's one of my biggest irritations. You see these ex-porn stars. You see these girls that have giant fake boobs that are like, I'm a girl gamer, and you guys should send me money. Uh-huh. And they don't play the game. I can't just fathom the fact that what's here. What is here? Can they even play the game? Do they have the motor functions to even play the game, or do their tits get in the way?
Probably not.
I'm just saying, like, I can't keyboard to hands to mouse, like, if there's things in the way, what? What? Okay, so, I'm gonna
Side note, I just lost the game.
God damn it. I'm gonna state that I have dignity, guys, dignity. I wear these, the colors up here, here. So just saying, there's a huge difference between the girls that you see on Twitch, on the internet. I can tell you the specs of my computer off the top of my head, what everything is in my computer. I can probably tell you that 50% of those girl gamers are reading off a frickin' sheet that their boyfriend gave them.
Or some guy who wishes they were their boyfriend.
Right. Hello.
No, I haven't heard this rant 500 times before.
Yeah, I know.
I've heard of this rant before, but it's the first time for me, and I'm having fun.
So, someone in chat said, Almir, do you find gamer girls more attractive? And honestly, yes. But again, it depends on what kind. You said gamer girls, yes. Girl gamers, no, I just want to stab them in the eye with this Gatorade bottle. Just saying. And I'm probably going to get a couple people who are like, she's really offensive. Well, guess what?
Welcome to the internet.
If your tits are here and your gameplay sucks, yes, I'm being offensive to you. Put a damn shirt on, play a fucking game, play a tutorial, don't sit in an in-city in frickin' Orgrimmar or Stormwind and be like, hey guys, I'm bored. If you're bored, go fucking quest and play the goddamn fucking game like every other human being who plays the frickin' game.
You know, I think when you post this video on YouTube, you're gonna have to bleep some of that.
No, it's gonna stay.
It'd be funnier if you bleep
Flag it as adult content, and it's fine.
I will flag this as mature content for this
Oh
duration.
no, mature content. So
Oh no!
scary.
Oh no! But yes.
It's gonna be terrifying for the virgin eyes of YouTube.
Would you prefer to use something like this to stab them with,
Yes.
as opposed to Mountain Dew bottle?
Yeah, it's pointy.
Yeah, that would be
No, it's a
probably
Gatorade
better to
bottle.
stab. You can't stab it because there's no sharp end.
That
If a
really would
guy
be
wears
more
a
blood-stained.
mankini and he streams, is he a guy gamer?
Wait, what?
If a guy wears a mankini and streams, is he a guy gamer?
What the hell is a mankini?
It's a man bikini.
Banana
I didn't
hammock.
know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
Because
Banana hammock.
I've never seen that happen before.
But another thing that I do feel like bringing up is guys who stream and realize the aspect of girl gamers. Because I watched a stream the other day, and I'm not gonna bring up who it was or what was doing.
It was me, wasn't it?
Oh God, I think I know what you're going to be talking about.
There was a guy playing a game, and he was on a all-girls gaming site. And I sat there for 5 minutes and went, why is this guy on an all-girls gaming site? And then I clicked the link and saw that there was a woman with a webcam in the freaking kitchen. And he was playing the game.
Yeah, she told me about this.
I literally reported that site or that streamer like 5 times. I could not keep hitting the report button so much. It infuriated me.
She was
And
mad.
I can't tell you how bad I seriously was just about to like flame war the entire chat. And I don't want to walk into channels and troll because that's not who I am. I don't want them coming to my channel and trolling. So I don't go to theirs and troll. But when there's something like that happens, where it's like, hey, look, I'm a guy who's playing the game. Look at this girl who's not doing jack shit at all. I did that and a chat popped up. It was really weird.
It's because Jeremy keeps linking us to things on ThinkGeek.
Hi, chat.
Although
But-
those mirrored glasses make sense. That's.
But, oh my god, it infuriates me because I try so hard to be a gamer girl. And then you get these guys who freaking pollute the internet even worse by having the stereotypical girl in the kitchen, girl's not doing anything, girl is only here because she has a girl body and a real vagina. Oh, come stare at my channel to watch me play the game, but stare at the girl. Guess what I have to say to you people? This right here, add a finger.
Why not just flip them off? It's the internet. Nobody minds.
Oh no, middle fingers. Now I gotta. Okay.
Now I gotta blur.
There we go.
We're all adults here. I mean, we pay our taxes.
That's gonna be the screen cap of this episode.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
this episode is that cat rages at women
Cat
in the
rage.
kitchen. Yeah, cat rage.
Yeah.
Here, Kat, this will cheer you up.
I'm not gonna click it.
Yes, you are.
Oh, well, I just did.
But
so-
I can't click it.
It's so stupid.
Okay,
Oh,
I
God.
apologize, stream, if I click this and something weird happens.
Oh, it's just stupid. It's just a dumb idea. It's nothing bad.
Oh dear God, it's a neon cat hoodie. I hate you all.
Oh,
There's a soft kitty hoodie, too.
Yan Cat's weird. It's just like I
thought it
watched.
was
Someone says, might I add, if you want to watch girls, you are on the damn internet. Thank you.
Yeah, really.
for that.
I've seen
Thank
Nyan
you.
Cax and I've seen Nyan Ho. One of those is not safe for work.
Okay, I'm going to
actually
save
got
my breath for a
connection.
moment because I seriously did get worked up that I'm just like...
Oh, really? You got worked up over that?
I hadn't noticed.
Okay, Alex, what's your viewpoint on this?
Oh god.
Okay, so you heard from the one female, now you hear from the 3 guys.
See now when Kat told me
Keep
about
in mind, I run this stream.
yeah, she's gonna be just critiquing everything that we say unless a degree. Kat told me about the Twitch stream of the guy playing the game and the girl in the kitchen. It was just like a camera. She has nothing to do with the game. And I can understand if someone did that sort of as a parody video on YouTube, but the fact that they're treating it as a legitimate stream is just a stupid waste of time. I mean, that's not, if someone made a video just sort of making fun of the girl gamers and how easy it is to get an audience if there's a hot woman on there, then I think it was funny. But the fact that this is real, this is someone who is really trying to gather a legitimate audience by doing that, and it's stupid. I mean, because I don't go on Twitch to look at that kind of stuff. And I don't think anyone should, because that's not what Twitch is for. And then there are, it's a lot of people who, the feminists who think like, oh, Lara Croft as a sex icon is stupid. And I'm like, there's a term that a lot of people call it. It's the social justice warrior, or SJW. So anyone who complains about gender roles or sexuality preferences, everyone's coughing at the same time. And it bothers me, and I follow a couple of animators on YouTube called Jaltoid, and they've done 2 videos relating to girl gamers, specifically girl gamers. One of them has a gamer girl, and so if you go on YouTube, go on Jaltoid. It's called JALTOID. And the first one is sort of, there's this girl who's playing a shooter, and she's trying to get people's attention because she's a girl, and asking for help and trying to get guys' attention. And, there are a lot of girls who do that. They do exist. And then the second video has a girl who's a gamer girl who's just playing the game and brings no attention to her gender. And yet people still kind of treat her special. And I think that I've seen a lot of articles relating, like, are females well represented in the gaming culture? And my response to that is apparently not, since you're bringing it up. I think the whole deal with gender in games, or sexuality in games, or anything like that, is brought up with the intention to stir up a discussion. I mean, I know so many people who really don't care about gender in games. They just play the game. They don't have any need. They don't think it's a problem worth addressing. They think that just play the game. The reason you're bringing it up is because you think that there's a problem, and that you think that something needs to change. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that women are presented in games in questionable ways. Like, there was that stir about the character from the new Metal Gear Solid, and all that stuff. And people, and it's bad. I think that there have been proven ways that females can be represented in games correctly, not just like in the games, but in the culture. There are a lot of female gamers that I know, or gamer girls, to abide by Kat's terminology, and they're just playing the games. There are a bunch of YouTubes, like there's I'm trying to think of all the Pushing Up Roses. She makes gaming videos, and she's well respected. The culture is there. There's no reason to flaunt your gender just to get hits, and that's why all of these YouTube people like iJustine make Let's Play channels. Like, she knows what to do in the game, and she's like, what button do I press to shoot? Or how do I jump? And I'm like, if you don't know how to jump in a video game, you don't make a Let's Play channel. You don't. You just don't. Because that's 101. That's pre-101. And I am completely agree with Kat. I think the idea that just putting a woman in a webcam while another guy plays a video game is just ridiculous.
I mean, they're trolling for money. That's all that is.
Yeah, like, they're choosing the lowest common denominator in getting an audience, and it's stupid. I mean, it works because
have a large audience that way.
Well, the people, I mean, they'll watch. They're like, oh, she's in the kitchen, huh? She's making him a sandwich. And I actually went on that channel because Kat showed it to me. And I'm like, this is fucking boring. It's so bad. And I really have I can't understand the logic behind that. And it just remembers, like, all the girls who, like, have the lipstick on and have pictures of them kissing controllers, and I can just think of, like, real gamer girls just like, why are you getting your fucking makeup all over my frickin' controller? Oh, ooh, delicious plastic, tasty plastic. Why are you? Okay, that looks way too aggressive to be stuck. And you can tell that they're like playing, they're holding the controller wrong or something, and it's just.
I think the best one I'd seen of that was she was trying to play, and it looked like the TV was on, and we're gonna pretend for 2 minutes that this cord. wait. I don't need this right now.
Oh boy.
I don't need this right now. Okay, so here's the controller. Okay, so she's actually like pretending to play. Okay. The end of the controller is between her tits.
Like her tits are charging the controller, like she's controlling her freaking cleavage.
And I'm like, you're pretending to play. And she's like, oh guys, this is so, and you wouldn't see it, like,
that's fucking
unless
hilarious.
you actually like looked at it, because the way that it was wrapped,
Oh my God.
like
so
you were like,
dumb.
was it? But like when she like stood up, it was obviously like right there.
Oh, that's so dumb. Oh, it's so dumb.
So she failed so hard she couldn't even fake playing a video game.
Yeah.
And I bet there were people who who even noticed but didn't even bring it up just because it's a woman.
Probably.
I'm like, yeah, you can't use your cleavage to play a video game. Sorry. So it's
There are so many jokes I could make right now, but I'm not going to.
Well, tell them to me and I'll say them, because I have no shame. I just think that the people who use their gender just to get attention are people who shouldn't even be in the gaming community, because they're treating gaming less as a culture and more of it just as a fad. And I don't think that's the way you represent gaming.
Yeah, because didn't you know, guys? It's totally cool to be a geek now.
Exactly.
You know, all the women with their low-cut Doctor Who T-shirts. And
I've seen so many ruined Doctor Who T-shirts because they want to like snip it so that they get more cleavage. And I'm like, dude, you just cut through David Tennant's head. What?
I'm trying to remember. I saw it was I think there was a sketch. I'm trying to remember what channel it was on YouTube where this stereotypical girl gamer walks into a game store and she's like wearing the thick rimmed glasses and she got long blonde hair and the low cut nerd shirt, and she's looking for a game, and of course the male employees of the game store are like, oh, okay, I'll take her. And then there's the female employee of the game store. She's shorter, she has kind of the punkish hair, and has like anime on her, like an anime beret or something, and she's just insulted. She's like, she's just a fake nerd girl. And I'm trying to remember what channel it was, because it was funny. It was really funny, and it kind of articulates the whole using nerd culture as a fad to get attention, and it's all of a sudden it's trendy to like. I think it may have been. I think one big contribution to this embrace of nerd culture is probably The Big Bang Theory. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's a funny show, but I think it also contributed to a lot of people who think that talking about Star Trek is all of a sudden acceptable to the mainstream, and you're not going to be singled out for it. But there are people who use the culture as a fad, as a way to become popular instead of being a gamer girl. I'll just leave it at that, because I know that you guys, come on, back me up on this. I'm not the only guy who has an opinion on this, right? Otherwise, it's all cat.
Karth, quit dying.
I have an opinion. I have plenty of opinions. Plus, dying of coughing.
Yeah, well, don't die, because then we're short of
It won't happen
podcast.
on stream anyway.
Well, that would make viewership go up. But I'd rather not have that happen that way.
God, live stream. Yeah. First channel ever, basically. Anyway, my opinion. But the game comes first. I mean, I don't care so much about the personal appearance and whatnot. If they want to be girly, whatever, as long as the game comes first, you know? Like, some people are, you know, they have more girly appearances, but are gamers at heart, and people just assume they're a girl gamer instead of a gamer girl. But that being said, there are so many, like, just pretenders out there. Like, you know, everyone's been talking about, like, you have random streams, people are like, oh yeah, I'm totally playing this game properly, but look at this, you know? Cameras are, like, positioned. It's just like this, there's no entertainment here. If I want that kind of entertainment, I'm pretty sure I could get better on the internet somewhere, you know? Just saying.
I have to state this for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That, Cardinal, if you were a female right now, watching you talk, you have the low-cut shirt on and the camera angle is up here. I was just like...
I was just watching that all of my shirts have this weird, like, deep V. It's just, Australia's big men's clothes always have this. I don't know why. Just saying. I think they expect us to showboat it a little, I don't know.
Cardinal, are you going to show us some cleavage while you play a video game?
No, that's below the line.
She asked for it. She brought it up.
Hey, well, you know, maybe some other time, but not on stream or game.
Yeah, because we have class here. We actually play our video games and talk about video games.
Exactly, and you know, it is a culture. It is a community. Now, people shouldn't be taking it as a fad or something that's going to pass. It is its own part of society. It's going to be this way, you know, forever from now on, because entertainment is such a part of human life now. The people that have this lifestyle even make jobs of games. This is 100% a lifestyle choice, a community, and definitely not a passing fad. This thing is not going to go away overnight like a fad does. You may have to murder everybody that does gaming to get rid of it.
Yeah, nerds unite.
Yeah. So yeah.
Nerd.
Gamer,
I think they
girls,
called that NASA.
Gamer girls fine, girl gamer is good for a laugh, I guess.
Well, unless they're like legitimately profiting off of it, then you just feel like.
Yes.
I
then
think
it's just like I'm going to shoot you in the face now. So.
I think now that there's so many different games and so many different fandoms that there's a lot more things to think about as far, and I think that's why we're getting more, you know, females in the gaming community, and we're also getting you know, not just gender but sexuality. I know that the gay gamer community is also a big part of it. We're all gamers.
Girls have always been there. It's just a little more well known.
Yeah, now that the internet's around.
Exactly.
Just play the games. It doesn't matter what games you play. You can play something as great as Elder Scrolls, or you can play something as crappy as, I don't know, what's a really crappy game? Big Rigs. As long as you're playing the game, it's what matters. And when we mean playing the game, we mean playing the game, not having someone else play it and you just be on camera doing something else.
So, anyone else got something to say on that?
Well, there's one person left.
Jeremy.
I don't watch streams or. See, I don't really watch other people play video games because I like playing games. So why would I watch somebody else play a game instead of, you know, entertaining myself by playing the game myself? The only real exception to that is sometimes I do watch the two Saiyans play thing.
Oh God, that's funny.
That's more for comedy value. But as far as gender roles in video games, and you know, I tend to play games that doesn't really come up in, so I don't know if that's because I don't like that particular variety of game, or because there's some subconscious thing of okay, that's stupid to have someone be the main character, be the damsel in distress. That doesn't make any sense. So I don't know, I just tend to play games for fun, and Yep.
So, yes, I'm eating dark chocolate. Grim says the only reason he's here is because of Carthnal.
Well, thank you.
Did Karth not turn up because he had to put makeup on and stuff his bra?
Maybe. I'll never
It is all in good fun, Cardinal. Just saying. This wasn't anything bad. This was just us sitting in channel going, you know what? There is a valid point to this. Can guys do this as well? Yes, they can.
Probably.
They can, actually.
If they want to, I mean...
I don't mean so much like to put the makeup on and like stuff their bras or anything, but I mean like in a general sense, yeah, they can sit there and be like, hey guys, let's talk about sports, and they're playing World of Warcraft, and because there's a game in front of them, they're gonna open up to a new like area. I mean, it's possible. I've not seen it as like much, but I think it is possible. Most of the time, guys, I wouldn't say in the community of gaming, if you're a guy, you're instantly assumed that you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
Yeah.
Like, no. But, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting point if guys can kind of be guy gamers too.
I think that as long as I think that the matter is, regardless of your gender, sexual preference, or whatever, if you're going to stream gameplay footage, you should have at least some attention to the game itself.
Right.
Otherwise, just go and make like a stream on a different streaming service,
Yeah.
which is built around games. So.
I just want to say this topic has inspired me to wear nothing but tank tops when I stream.
Hear that,
Yeah.
Twitch?
Also, by the same note of things,
I don't have a stream channel.
well, yeah.
That was the joke.
See, this is the only stream that I see you on, and we never see anything below your neck. So
That is true.
you can wear a tank top if you want. No one will notice.
So we're gonna run into the next topic, which happens to be Sandbox versus open world versus scripted. And we're talking about games. Sandbox games versus open world games versus scripted games.
I don't know if you can.
Sandbox games are a form of open world games.
Yeah.
And I think there is a difference, though.
Well, it really depends.
Go into
Because
the difference.
Do I go first, as usual?
Well, Jeremy has the definition, so we might as well let him go.
Yeah, we'll let
before we
go
start
him go
explaining.
first.
Yeah.
well, it's the thing of,
Go for
at
it.
least from where I'm sitting, sandbox game is like Minecraft, where there is a world, there isn't necessarily a plot going on, you just do whatever you damn well please. Open world, there is still a plot, there's still sort of a script you're following. You know, like in Assassin's Creed, there is ultimately a plot, but you can run around most of the world and do whatever. Hate to say it, but GTA is kind of the same way. It's sort of open world, but there is sort of a plot. At least there used to be. I think I've played the game twice, so I might be using it incorrectly. But scripted, I'm talking about games where,
Linear paths.
Right.
yeah, there is a linear path, point A to point B. You know, I guess open world would be more like an MMO. Sandbox would be more like Minecraft, and then scripted would be more like...
Final Fantasy.
And even that, sometimes there's a little bit of open world going on.
Not much. Not much at all. You go into this one area, you go grind for a little bit, but you still have to go outside the valley by one
Well,
path, and you only got one path in.
More recent Final Fantasies are definitely scripted. Like
Mhm.
Okay.
Final Fantasy
I understand.
13, otherwise known as Final Hallway 13. That's scripted.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't played anything past 8. Except
Yeah,
for whichever one the MMO was that just came out. I played that for like a week and went, yeah, I'm bored. yeah, this is pretty, but I'm bored. I'm gonna go do something else. I think I went to play Minecraft actually. So it's that thing of like Skyrim. Skyrim does have a script, does have a storyline, but you can pretty much go wherever you want in the world and you can build things. So it's kind of on the cusp of being a sandbox, but it's still pretty much an open world game because there are still quests, there are still things you kind of need to do in order to get from A to B. Whereas Minecraft, you can sit in chat and roleplay if you want. Although I don't think I've ever seen anyone doing that in Minecraft.
There are a
You
couple
can go around and build stuff. You can go into the Nether or not. You can go into the End or not. You can fight the Ender Dragon or the Wither. Haha, beat the Wither. Or not. And I just tend to prefer either sandbox or open world games because I get, if I wanted to watch a movie, I'd watch a movie. I don't want to watch a movie that I have to occasionally push a button. Does that make me lazy, or does that make me just? I prefer more excitement in my video games.
It means you value your entertainment.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, back in the day, Super Mario Brothers, side-scroller games, things like that, it was kind of railroading because you had to follow a set path. You had to go from A to B to B to A, do everything. But I think games have evolved to the point where they can do a lot more. And, that kind of thing is fun every now and then, but it can get really boring. And I like more of an open world, and sandbox game is fun. To me, Minecraft is kind of unusual because most of the time true sandbox games don't seem to do too well. Because I've noticed a trend where people don't like being given too many options.
No.
That wasn't directed entirely at you. But I remember when I was doing Secret World was a good example. There were a lot of people who kept saying, I don't understand how these decks work. I don't understand how, you do this to combine this power to do this and that power, and just give me a spec that is the best. And, there really wasn't a best spec in that game. Unlike in, say, Warcraft, where there is a mathematical best spec for a given role. And I personally prefer that freedom more. Sorry, even in tabletop RPGs, I wasn't a huge fan of the D20 systems. I liked more of the old school, like second, even third edition Shadowrun, where you had all this freedom as to what you could do. You could be a mage who had a little bit of decking ability. You weren't shoehorned into one particular class. But a lot of times people don't like having that much choice, so I think that's why open world is a little more common than sandbox. But someone else want to talk? Because I've been talking for like the last 10 minutes.
I think there's a giant difference between all three. As Jeremy was saying before, sandbox, you have Minecraft, scripted, Call of Duty, things like that are scripted because you have no choice but other to run through and kill the things that are presented to you, and then watch the story.
Good example.
Open world, good example of that is Skyrim, game I love too much. It's incredibly open. You can ignore the story altogether and go do your own stuff, or you can go through and be like, I'm going to do the Dark Brotherhood playthrough this time. Or you can do the story. Like, that's the perfect example of world. You don't have to do the plot that was laid out there originally. Do whatever the fuck you want. And I don't think either one of them is better than another. They all have their fine aspects. They're great. Minecraft is a great creative space. People want to just build crap, or make ingenious machines, or even make a game within the game. Lots of people do that. A whole lot of Minecraft minigames out there, plus adventure maps and stuff. And the scripted stuff has its desires as well. Just shooting crap because you're bored can be interesting, or you're like, I'm frustrated, I'm going to go kill things today. But there can be great moments in all of those. These scripted, open world, whatever, like scripted. A good example, because I used Call of Duty, would be in Modern Warfare. There's a moment where, you know, you think you finally saved the world from this nuclear, that it goes off, and everyone that I've talked to that has gone through that playthrough and experienced, you have to make your guy crawl across like a playground with like faint children noises in the background. Every single one of them says they teared up, and if you didn't, you don't have a fucking soul, because how can you not get emotional at that? And they did it well. Minecraft has moments sort of like that where you build something that takes you so fucking long, and you finally step back and look at it. It's like, wow, that is beautiful. I'm so glad I did this. And you know, with open world, sometimes you get that sort of experience, but I wouldn't say as often, but it still happens. But yeah, I guess it just depends what you want to do on any given day. What do you feel like doing? I'm gonna leave it at that.
Alex, what's your viewpoint?
I do think that Sandbox and open world, I still think that Sandbox is a form of open world. Sandbox is just opening the boundaries much more loosely. I'm not too big a fan of what we collectively kind of decide is open world, because now I'm in this case I'm separating Sandbox like Minecraft, because I think Minecraft is one of the most progressive video game. It is games as art, and I'm kind of going to preface this because a lot of people think games as art are like things like Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, any game that has a very distinct art style or presentation, and I don't think that's what art is in games. They don't use the idea of game design as art. And I think that when it comes to envisioning game design as something unique and distinctive, Minecraft is definitely up there. Because I remember my first time getting into Minecraft, I'm gonna call a sandbox game just for consistency between the most of us. And they give you no direction whatsoever. You're put into the world, and you're told to you're given no objective. And I can't remember any game that did that. There was you don't know. It's not like in the old days when if you run to the right, you kind of eventually figure out what you're supposed to do. You have no direction. So you're encouraged to explore. You're encouraged to just sort of use your imagination and do what you want. I don't remember
Zelda.
What?
The original Zelda.
Well,
You
Zelda-
didn't really
Zelda-
any direction in that one.
Well, that's definitely one, but still, you're given a story, and I think that kind of similarly goes with scripted. You know, you're kind of like open world, because the original Zelda, you can go in any order. So in that case, our decision would be open world. But Minecraft, you're not told how to do anything. You're just, you know, sort of, you have to figure it out on your own. And very few games interpreted design with, because I remember, I've read books about game design, and they say that games need an objective to be games. And Minecraft didn't have a long-term objective. You really didn't have any end goal. You're just supposed to... The long-term objective was composed of a bunch of smaller objectives, like get wood to make a house, get weapons and items, go mine stuff, and that's great. I love that idea. That's so unique. And that's a sandbox because, and considering what a sandbox is, it always reminds me, why do we call it a sandbox game? Because when you're a kid and you're in the sandbox, you're not bound by some sort of rules. You're not told what to do. You're free to just, like, you let your imagination decide what you're going to do. And that's what a sandbox is, because it's, you do what you want. And you're not bound by any sort of arbitrary rules. I think that under our definition, what open world, the closest open world game that comes to being to Sandbox for me is Saints Row 4. Because I fucking love Saints Row 4. Because you're a superhero essentially, so you can jump super high, you can run super far, and that solves a big problem with one thing I have with open world games, specifically Grand Theft Auto. You're given all of these options, but getting to them is a pain in the ass. I really don't like getting a mission in Grand Theft Auto and then having to drive for miles and miles and miles just to get to it. That's no fun for me. It breaks the pace. And you're bound by rules. When in Saints Row, you can get to any place instantly, and it's fun doing so. In Grand Theft Auto, you got to mark it on your map, you got to get in a car, you got to drive down the roads, and you're given all these restrictions. And that's not what Sandbox is, which I think that's why I understand why you guys wouldn't call Grand Theft Auto a Sandbox game, because there's too many rules. Rules suck. And Grand Theft Auto has just made this problem worse by making their worlds bigger and still making you drive super, super slow. It's stupid. I don't like that. And everyone's like, oh, Grand Theft Auto 5 is the greatest game ever. No, it's not. It is not, because driving around is super, super slow and it's no fun. Now, as far as which one is better, as far as what is better, I'm kind of on board with the rest of you guys. It really depends, because some games do it better, and I think that I like having an active participation. That's why I wasn't a big fan of anything that David Cage has ever put out. Because it's like, press this button and dodge this item. QuickTime events are not fun. And some of my favorite games are ones that are scripted. I can't really remember any open world or sandbox game that I would consider my favorite ever, with the exception of maybe Skyrim.
Skyrim.
I kind of like just having a sense of simplicity in my games. I like being able to complete a level and then instantly moving to the next one. I like that, and that doesn't mean that I don't like games like Minecraft that are sandbox or games like Saints Row that are open world. It's just, it really depends on how good the rest of the game is. I can't really say that there's a single one of the three that is infinitely better in every way. I like this discussion. You guys have, your opinions have really shaped my own perception on that. It's awesome. I always considered sandbox and open world to be interchangeable, but now I don't think I can do that anymore. You guys, that was interesting.
There is a little bit of a distinction, at least when you start reading through game theory and stuff. They've started separating the two. I've got a friend who's really into game theory stuff. He might actually be joining us at some point.
Let me find my game. What I do with my game theory books? I love my game theory books. I love it.
I think the more time passes, the more distinction you'll get.
I took a class in college where we studied how games work, and oh god, it was so fascinating because I got me and a bunch of other nerds and we were talking about games, and it's so awesome. So I kept those textbooks. But yeah, I go ahead.
Something that I find interesting on my aspect of things is I'm the type of person who an open world confuses me. I'd rather play I'd rather play a sandbox and a scripted than dealing with something that's completely open world. And that's something like right now I didn't get into Skyrim because as soon as I walked into the world I went, I have to do what to get where to do what? And went, boo. And it literally just frustrates me more than I find to be adventurous, because a lot of people that's what the fun is. It is adventure for them. It's let's go find this and let's go quest this and I have to go to this town to pick up this item that I have no idea where it is, but I have to follow the river, where I'm just like, dude, just give me my map marker. Just pling it on my map for me, please, and I'll just run there.
You just want to run around and collect boiled bear acids.
So Kat, you kind of like so open world is kind of a little too scripted to give you a sense of freedom and a little too open-ended for you to know where to go, kind of thing.
Sort of I would rather I like MMOs for the fact that there's a task list.
Right.
And those task lists have been from point A to point B to point C. Okay, point C might bring me back to point A, but I'm still going to have a constant flow. So it seems as if it's scripted.
Okay,
And
that makes sense.
whereas with Skyrim, you had point A, and then you were like, okay, I finished point A, now I have to go find point B. Or I have to go find point C. Where...
You like knowing what you have to do.
Right. And that's like, with Sandbox, though, if I'm just thrown into it, and it's like, do what you can. Like, say, Terraria, Starbound. They kind of have a script, but a lot of it is just you do it. Especially Minecraft, that has absolutely no script, no nothing, no text, no narrative. And I think that's something that I think we need to sit down and consider, is games that have a narrative, but are still considered sandbox or open world. Because if you have that narrative, what does it become then? And a lot of times, like for me, if I have no narrative, I don't touch the game. Now, Minecraft, I don't consider it so much as a game as a building utensil. Because...
It's video game Legos.
Yeah, it's video game Legos, pretty much.
And I loved playing with Legos as a kid, so...
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that it was just like, okay, that's fine. Like, I'm going to build amazing things, and it's just gonna be there. That's great. It's very intuitive to, like, the player. It's very, like, you create what you want to create. Now, when we get into stuff like, say, Skyrim, where it's like, okay, you get a house. You can fanciful the house all you want. Or like me, who in Morrowind and Oblivion, I stole all the spoons. That was my own self-goal. I stole all the spoons in the game.
All the spoons.
All the spoons.
You're why we can't eat soup.
I know.
You know one recently released game that's probably a definite example of Sandbox is Goat Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
Where you
That just sounds... I'm not even going to say half the jokes that just came through my head.
It's just you just do stuff. There's you're not even told what you can do. Yeah, goat sounds. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I personally, I like my scripted even if it's in an open world. If it's an open world where I have a path and I can go on this path, or I have an objective that's gonna follow me through, and I don't spend 10 minutes going, I have no idea where the fuck I am. And it's like, that's when it gets frustrating, is when in a video game, I don't know what's going on. So,
See,
It would get frustrating as hell.
Makes sense.
for me at least, I mean, like when I'm playing an MMO, most of them, and if it's new, it's a little bit of an exception, but after I've played it for a little while, with the exception of Secret World, every other MMO I've played, I have to be like talking to someone while I got a movie playing over here on my tablet while I'm playing the game. Otherwise, I get bored. Because it's like, okay, I go here, I collect 15 of these widgets, and then I go over here, and I have to press this button 8 times, and I just get bored of that. I like something where I have to think, where I have to figure things out. I mean, a lot of my first computer games were like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Or where in time is Carmen Sandiego? That was really cool. So, I mean, I can deal with scripted, but I need something that, I need to think to do. Now, sometimes I do just feel like doing something mindless and repetitive, and that's usually when I'll just go, mine stuff in Minecraft, or get on an FPS and just, kill things.
right.
But most of the time when I'm playing a video game, I still want some kind of stimulation. I don't want to just sit there and press keys on my keyboard, because I can do that all day. I can just sit here and press my spacebar over and over again and click my mouse. And
Yeah, but you don't have little data cues that tell you leveled up or you did something when you press that button.
yeah, I don't care about any of those. My self-worth is not connected to how many little, boiled bear asses I get, or how many levels of, Q-tip farming
That could have been the name of this podcast. It's kind of hilarious.
No.
Wildebeest
What game you need to play
horns.
is Cookie Maker.
Cookie Maker?
Isn't that what it's called? Or no, Cookie Clicker.
Cookie Clicker. Oh my god, I had a
Cookie
friend
Clicker.
who got hooked on that game.
No, just no.
If you want to
That
hit your
is one-
spacebar randomly, you can just play.
That
Cookie
is one of the
Clicker.
weirdest games ever because like you're just clicking for the sake of clicking just to see what's further beyond. It's such a weird game.
And to me, that's kind of what MMOs feel like after a while.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I never
Yeah.
got into raiding. Because it's like, okay, I'm doing the same fight week after week.
Right.
This
We're playing
is
an
kind of,
MMO Cookie Clicker.
yeah.
That's
this
really
is
what
kind of
Cookie Clicker
boring.
is. It's like a parody of MMOs. That's really
Yeah.
what it is.
And I mean, what made raids fun for me anyway was when I had people that I had fun playing with, and we could have, fun ways of making fun of ourselves when we would mess up. But, doing the same fight over and over again, doing the same dungeon over again, grinding in really any way just gets boring for me. Most of the time in Minecraft, on the multiplayer server, I've got a setup rigged up to automatically farm gold and smelt, stone for me while I'm not there because I hate just sitting there staring. Okay, I got another piece of stone. Ooh, another piece of stone. Ooh, I got another gold nugget.
Someone said at least MMOs have a social aspect. That is true.
yeah, that
There
is
no
true.
social
They do
aspect to playing Cookie
sometimes.
Clicker.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
How many hardcore raiders I'm
Just
looking
get
at you,
on
Almir,
raid.
get on
off.
raid? They don't talk to anyone. They don't have any social interaction. The only reason they have bent is for tactics. And if anyone says anything not related to the raid, they could get kicked.
Yeah,
I mean-
that is true.
That happens. I've seen that happen quite a few times, and it's to me that takes the social aspect out of the game.
Let's step back for a second and just say in generic MMOs, not raiding, no nothing, how much social interaction do you really have? You log into the game, you start questing, the community isn't going to instantly be like, every single time you walk past someone, hi, how are you? How are you? Do you need help with this quest? No.
I've been in MMOs where that was the case.
Well, yeah, there is like Secret World, that used to happen all the time.
Used to happen in City of Heroes, too.
Yeah, but like for most new gen
Screw you,
MMOs,
NCSoft.
you just get people who I'm getting to level 50. You get me. When you have a community of me, there is no social interaction.
A community of you
Why do you
is
stream
scary.
it and get new community?
But it's so
I was going to say,
true.
one of you is scary enough.
I just have the idea of all of these cats just standing around, identical cats, and I'm like, oh my god. That's
But no, it's so true. When I get into a game, I get focused on, okay, I just want to get this quest done. I'm like, okay, someone's attacking that thing over there. I'm not going to go help them. I want the credit myself, so I'm going to go attack something else. Like,
I mean, in WoW, I used to have fun. I played a prot pally, Feel free to make fun of me. Anyway, and I did actually have fun running around the lower level areas. And when I would see a lower level person, their health's down and they're swarmed by these things, throwing my shield or whatever, or doing, I can't remember the name of the spell now because it's been a year and a half and I don't care anymore. No, not Consecration. The one that's the AoE hammer attack that has like the hammer icon. I don't remember. Anyway, the point is going over and just, slaughtering the things that were killing them. And I get absolutely nothing out of it. It would help them, and it was just kind of, I enjoyed doing that. Although it was kind of hilarious to, slaughter the things that would have slaughtered me at that level.
yeah.
But, that's the thing. An MMO should have an active community. There should be role-playing going on. There should be people helping each other out.
yeah, it's massively multiplayer for a reason. That's why
Yeah.
they call it that.
Otherwise, you're just playing a single-player game that
Otherwise, you just
occasionally
got a
have
bunch of
someone
Yeah, you
shouting,
just-
learn to play noob at you.
You just got a bunch of other people playing similar games. You have like 1,000 individual games instead of one massively multiplayer game.
Yeah. And sadly, that's what it's become, because a lot of people
Yeah.
really don't care. that there's someone else, and especially if you get games that, okay, you're in a group. Well, let's say you're in an open world setting with everyone, and then you go into a solo instance. The game instantly forces you to desocialize yourself. And I think, like, it does encourage for, like, per player skill, so that you're not just relying on the other person. And that's something like me and Tioga found out last night when questing was, okay, everyone had to do the quest separately. You couldn't just pick up one item and the other person gets credit for it. And I think some games, they do that because they don't want the other person to carry them. They don't want a group in which there's one strong player and the whole rest of the group is just like, I'm here for the experience and I don't really care. And that's...
like you were saying last night, that I think the theory behind that is it keeps people from power leveling other people and makes you enjoy the game. The problem with that is, what was the point of us being in a group last night?
Right. That was...
it didn't help at all. Like, we could have not been in a group together and still helped each other out just as much. You know, it didn't share quests. It didn't share, help with XP.
It did.
When you clicked on, the NPC that had to be clicked on to get to the next part of the quest, it didn't update my quest log. I had to go and individually click on it myself. I understand why they're doing it. I just think it's a bad idea because it pretty much takes away the entire point of being in a group.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I think if you're in a group like that, it kind of forces you to communicate better, which, I mean, how many times did we sit there and go, hey, where are you? Hey, where are you? What are you doing? Where if you were in a group that just instantly gave you the cue and stuff like that, and you're just like, doesn't matter where I am on the map, that person's like 1,000 miles away. But like...
Well, I mean, there are other ways to fix that.
Yeah.
It's more the issue of, what is the point of having a group up function if it doesn't do anything? Because we were in a group, and it had absolutely no effect other than we get our own chat channel.
Oh,
but
and the Rings of
it was
Mara.
just the two of us. Huh?
The Rings of Mara, the 10%.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with a group. That has to do with a separate thing. The actual being...
I said, but we have to be grouped up.
Do we? Or do we just have to be in the same vicinity?
No, you have to be in party.
Okay. But here's the thing. How many people got that collector's edition other than, collector's edition collectors? Like you.
A shit ton of people. Have you seen the white horses that are running around? There's a crap ton.
Not really. I haven't been paying attention to that.
There literally, I think there are less people without the horse playing right now.
What game is this?
Elder Scrolls Online.
Ah, cool.
I just didn't have the extra cash, and I didn't care that much about the mount. I'll go buy a mount whenever I can.
Chat says massively multiplayer single-player game. That is so true.
And it's the thing of...
MOS.
I understand the whole Rings of Mara thing, but as we discovered last night, it's one character. It's not account-wide.
Yeah.
So, again, if you don't have those Rings of Mara, why does the group function exist? The only benefit is you get a separate chat channel, but you could also just chat in guild if you were in a guild with something.
That is true. And also the loot.
Or you could just whisper.
The loot in this game is per character per shard. Like, I walked up to a barrel, and someone had just looted the barrel that I walked up to. And there was still loot in it. And,
which I like.
I both like and dislike that.
Right, but when you got chests that required lockpicking, they instantly went away. And that was something that I was just like, why are they giving you mundane items that anyone can loot? And it's like, as soon as someone closes it out, it just refreshes the item there for per person. But the loot chests didn't do that.
The loot chests probably have better items in them.
Well, yeah. And it's like...
also, the mining nodes and stuff, I think, at least at one point in the beta, I don't know if they are in the live version, were per person and not per group, which means you don't have the issue of everyone's standing around this one titanium node, Warcraft, waiting, yet whoever can click on it the fastest gets to mine it.
Oh, no. In live, though, if we were in group, you got it, I didn't. I noticed that yesterday because when you were like, hey, look, there's an iron deposit. And I was like, run over. You started mining at it. And I'm like, there's no longer an iron deposit for me. Okay.
Well, I was mainly doing that so you'd know what to look for.
Well, yeah, but no, what you were saying, though, in beta, how it would just be per person, it's not.
But is that because we were in a group? Or
That's probably.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The group function in that game seems a little weird to me.
Well, we're gonna switch the topic from ESO to something that everyone can enjoy at this point now, because the two of us are just kind of like ranting. The question: if you could work for any video game company, who would it be and why?
Which one pays the most?
Is that your answer?
No, I'm asking a question.
I don't know.
I really don't know.
I think that really depends on what job you have.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, what video game company would you work for and why?
I would say whichever one has the most freedom for level design and artwork, because that's the only place I would fit in a game design company. Level design and artwork.
I think
They can let me do my shit.
I'm thinking like, because there are a lot of the game industry is heading for a crash. I'm gonna say that right now.
Oh,
I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, and I'm kind of gonna preface my answer by saying this: the fact that there are two big things that I think are really signaling a crash. First of all, is the fact that we have annual releases of a lot of franchises, and they usually don't change, and that's because they know that these franchises like Call of Duty will make money, so they don't need to invest a ton of effort in changing them if they know it's going to make money. So there's less innovation. And the fact that Irrational Games closed just because the Ken Levine wanted to work on something else, there's no job security. So no one's going to want to get into an industry with no job security because they could just use all that technical knowledge to work on something completely different. So I think that to answer the question, and considering what I would want to do if I was involved, like I'd be like creative design because I don't know a thing about coding. But I think that there would be two companies that I think I'd like the most. One would be Nintendo, just because I really like how they design their games. There's a lot of freedom in how they, add certain elements to their game design. They're very open to innovation, even if some people may disagree with how they do it, but they display a lot of creativity in how they design their levels. And the other one that I would probably pick would be Naughty Dog, because they have a lot of creativity in how they go about designing their games, and they're also very savvy with the things that are new. Like, they're really good with technology. Like, games like Uncharted and The Last of Us are brilliantly designed games. And they constantly evolve. They're able to adapt to new technologies really easily, and, people really like the way they make their games. So for me, it would either be Nintendo or Naughty Dog. That's my opinion. What about you guys?
Well, I sort of
Or
already
Kat,
made
since you
my
left.
choice. Sort of. So I don't really know the names of many companies, only the games that I've played.
What about, I might know what games are you kind of thinking of?
I don't know who makes Last of Us. That had a great story to it. If I could work for
The Last of
like
Us
that
was Naughty Dog.
and help write stories like that, that would be amazing. Cause,
Yeah, The Last of Us was Naughty Dog.
yeah, the two parts of any game that get me are the art and story, and they're the parts I like to make as well. That's why I love running tabletop games, because I get to write a story.
Yeah, a lot of the companies that focus on narrative and artistic design are independent companies.
Yeah.
And those, there are a lot of games from that, and I don't keep track of indie devs as much as I do.
So I can't really pick one because I don't know enough about who makes them because I don't really pay attention to who makes them rather than how much I get to play them. Yeah. So my choice is whichever would give me the most freedom in that one area.
Right.
Someone can tell me what that is, and I'll be like, okay, sure.
I guess this one's to me. Can I work for Blizzard back in the 90s, early 2000s? They were a good company back then. I don't like them as much now.
Because they're partnered with like Activision, right?
Well, they started going downhill before that. I mean, Diablo 2 was a better game than Diablo 3, and they had how long and how much money to make Diablo 3? Just saying. I don't know, because like you did bring up a good point with the whole job security thing. So if I had to pick a company that does gaming, and I'm worried about job security, I'd probably go with Valve, because I don't think anyone is going to let Steam crash.
Oh, yeah.
So I would go there for job security. In terms of game companies that have game properties I would like to work on, I would honestly probably have to go with Bethesda or, and people are going to hate me for this one, Funcom, because that's who is doing Secret World. And I really love the storyline for Secret World. I really love the design for Secret World. You can probably tell by how much I've talked about it because, you know, horror MMOs aren't exactly common, and I used to design haunted houses based on H.P. Lovecraft. So, yeah, I got a thing for horror games. You know, I've got 3 different Cthulhu games on my Steam account. Why is a Pepsi can being held up in my face? Oh, okay. Because you were the biggest picture on my screen at that point, and suddenly there's a Pepsi can in my face.
Attack of the Pepsi.
Dun, dun.
This episode brought to you by
Anyway,
Pepsi.
So, in Bethesda right now has a lot of the properties that I really like. You know, I've said it before, I've always been a fan of the Fallout franchise, and I know if I'm going to get any more Fallout games anytime soon, they're coming from Bethesda.
I really hope they make another one.
Oh, they
Yeah.
will. It's just going to take a while.
Yeah, because
Didn't Fallout 3 take a long time in development?
Yeah.
It was also because there was a lot of stuff going on with the Fallout property itself. Because if I remember correctly, Fallout Tactics was made by a different company than Fallout 1 and 2, and it was also a completely different game. And a lot of people who liked
Right.
the Fallout series, didn't like Tactics as much because there wasn't as much of a storyline to it as there was in the other games. I still had fun with it. It still ranks as one of those games I will always go back to. If for no other reason than I love having orders shouted at me by Lee Ermey because he's just freaking awesome. Recruit, you will now! You know,
yeah.
anyone who can give Stanley Kubrick orders and have him doing it before he realizes what's going on is okay in my book. But that actually happened on the scene of, like, you know, Full Metal Jacket. That's why he got the job he got on that. He was originally just a consultant.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But, you know, I don't know. Gaming industry isn't exactly something I'd really want a job in, so I think it would have to be some sort of a sci-fi franchise because I'm too much of a bloody science geek to not be involved in that. I can come up with technobabble with the best of them.
Okay.
Big surprise.
Wow, kid. Wow, kid.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
it is. We don't believe you.
Yeah, we don't believe you. She's in
Do
denial.
explain.
Okay,
Please do.
this will be good.
Mhm.
I have no voice. God damn it.
I'll be right
GG.
back for a second.
GD, that was hilarious.
I
had
can
no
still hear all
voice.
of you.
Okay,
can
so
still
I'm
hear
going
you.
to rant again because no one in chat heard me because my mic was muted.
It was? Because I can still hear you.
You guys
Yeah,
could,
we still
but
heard you. That
my
was
stream
weird.
was muted.
I'm just going to put it this way. Hey,
So-
hey, Kat, are your feet wet, and can you see the pyramids?
God damn. Okay, so the reason they're saying this is because the gaming company I wanted to work for was Blizzard. And the reason so is, one, you were treated like royalty if you have the Blizzard name on you. Two, you get all expense paid for any convention you ever want to go to as long as you have the Blizzard title on you. The cosplayers get treated amazingly. And they're going to be the cockroach that never dies in the apocalypse. Is pretty much what's going on. Because if you look at the tournaments that are still going on, one of the biggest things is StarCraft. And they're coming out with Project Titan at some point, and Heroes of the Storm is still coming out, which means that they're going to pull into the MOBAs. And Heroes of the Storm looks amazing. And what do you think? You're going to get StarCraft that is still going on, that was released how many years ago? People are still doing tournaments of it, big money tournaments of it. Then you're going to have Heroes of the Storm, which looks phenomenal, that's going to probably blow League of Legends and Dota out of the water as soon as it gets released. And they're going to be big name tournaments. They are going to have a lot of funding and a lot of backing. So having yourself as the Blizzard title or working for the Blizzard company, your job security, depending on what you do in the company, is going to be solid. Because they're the one company that is like, we're going to hire more people. We are going to get more interns because we have Project Titan that they're still working on. They're still doing patch updates for Diablo 3. They have StarCraft 2 that they're doing. They're doing Heroes of the Storm now, Hearthstone, World of Warcraft. I mean, there are so many games on their plate that they can afford. They can 100% afford to continue to bring people in instead of fire people. BlizzCon. Look at how big BlizzCon is. Look at, like, say, Sony Live Convention. How many people are like, "Ooh, Sony Live
BlizzCon
Convention"?
sells out like within hours of the tickets go on
Yeah.
sale.
What
Very
is
true.
it?
What?
Which one said?
BlizzCon sells out
Right.
after they make the tickets available.
That's what I
Immediately.
mean. So Blizzard is such a huge company still and is still producing so many titles, even if some of the titles are just like, meh. Okay. Like, I don't like Hearthstone. Hearthstone looks like a piece of crap. I played it for an hour and could not... I played Magic, I played Yu-Gi-Oh!, I played Pokemon, I played all these other card games and loved it and spent all this time playing, and I'm just like, fuck Hearthstone. It just literally is crap.
5 minutes watching someone play and got bored.
I know. But Blizzard is still going to be a huge company come in the years, like, literally. They're still working on Project Titan. Are you
They've been
fucking
working
kidding
on
me?
it for like 10 years.
Yeah, that's because they keep
We're gonna come out.
starting over.
Right. So, I mean, that's something
And how many of
that...
those startovers did they fire the whole staff?
I don't know.
Just saying, the problem working for the collective is you're a very small cog.
Yeah.
That is true, but it also depends on where, like, what branch you're working with. Like, I could see the Diablo branch being kind of like, guys, this isn't working out, we're gonna lay people off. The StarCraft branch, though, they put an application online to hire 10 new developers.
Damn.
Yeah. And that was like, what? Like, what? Which means
It's
that
not finished yet.
oh no. I don't think StarCraft's... I think there's going to be a StarCraft 3 at some point.
Probably.
And they're going to be like, hey, look, we have a whole new race.
Because unlike Valve, Blizzard can count to 3.
They can. Oh, yeah. They just
If
go
they- when they
downhill.
want to.
I love you, Valve, but I'm making fun of you mercilessly for that.
Yeah. So, no.
I was
pick Blizzard...
I was saying that Valve, as an April Fool's joke, should have announced Half-Life 4
Yeah.
just to fuck with people.
Oh, Have any of you logged into Minecraft today because of the whole April Fool's thing at the moment? Not because I did anything, but because Minecraft did something.
Did they do something?
Anybody?
No.
Yeah. Walk near some running water. You'll know what I'm talking about.
I
Yep.
will check this out after stream.
Yep. It is so annoying. Well, I
Grim
gotta
says
say.
Project Titan is a real Titan mech. I wouldn't
That
put
would
it
be
past.
cool.
I wouldn't put it past Blizzard to be like, we're gonna pull out some Evangelions.
I would love that. Just one day be like, so, we built a mech. It works.
Yeah. No, I honestly see what is
Play out
it?
games or not.
Who is the SpaceX? I could see SpaceX with all their funding being like, look guys, here's an actual Titan. Here is a robot mecha. Like here it is.
God, all these April Fool's pranks.
My cow is saying there is water here. Confused the hell out of me with the leather farm I'm making. Even checked to make sure I didn't have a missed resource. So what is it? What is the running water? What is the water?
When you go near running water, it sounds like a villager from that pack, I think it was Element Animation, made. It just goes, there's water here, there's water here, there's water here, and it just keeps saying it. Constantly.
Oh my god. My house.
Mm.
I'm not gonna want to go into my house.
Still water is fine, it has to be running.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
the guy might think these cows, but
your
it's not. because
castle
they have cows next
is
to
not
water
fun
and
to be in, huh? Bart?
Yeah. Mine? Not so much. You've seen my wall, right?
You have a wall of running water.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't you
wow,
remember,
running
you know,
water.
you look at the front and it's just a big
Four.
curtain of water, you know, coming out of the side of my citadel. You know, plus, you know, my entranceway has got water, which you can't actually see. But, you know,
Oh,
those
Taz
are reality.
says, oh, is it the water question mark? I thought it was the cows talking.
it's the water. The
Oh.
reason I noticed is I logged in for a couple seconds and I'm standing there. I'm like, okay, did somebody prank my pack?
Apparently Mahjong did.
Yeah,
All
And,
your
when-
bases are belong to us.
couldn't
Right.
hear it next to my cows, and my cows are next to a pool of water that isn't running, so I'm assuming it's not the cows.
Well, guys, we have 8 minutes for this podcast.
Another
We
question.
actually only covered 3 topics. We only covered 3 topics because, well, the first one...
Yeah, the first
Long.
one had a lot to say from a certain someone.
Can't imagine who that could have been.
Yeah, it was probably David.
So what was that?
You had a lot to say about the gamer girls.
Yeah, I totally had
I mean, he just wouldn't
way
stop. He just
more than
wouldn't,
cat.
he just wouldn't stop
so
talking.
much.
He just wouldn't stop talking. He's talking about like the freaking person on Twitch who put the random camera of a girl.
Oh, I just couldn't shut up today, could I? No.
No, not at all. Oh.
Okay, we made fun of David enough on this one. Let's Cat wouldn't shut up about that.
That is true.
She had the most. Jesus Christ, opinion on that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Are we gonna squeeze in another question, or?
Yeah, probably
We
not.
might as well do outros
Could,
and like talk
you know.
about like what's going on a little bit further. But first,
Okay.
I have to do something. There you go, guys. There are my titties.
Why did you do that?
Because someone in Twitch will always ask her.
MS boobs.
MS boobs. I seriously did have MS boobs for like the longest time. I just like seriously put like
Start,
my video here and then just painted like these nice pair of MS boobs. It was awesome.
Totally get a T-shirt that just has the MS boobs on it. So
Oh,
everything
yes.
across, you're just like,
Hey, you know what?
I'm gonna-
Hashtag Cat's MS boobs on Twitter. Get that shit trending.
Hashtag MS boobs.
Slash chat, and then hashtag Cat's MS boobs.
There's someone that has a video screenshot of that now.
probably.
Well, yeah. Of course, it's the internet. What do you think they're gonna do?
So, outros for this week. What What's your outro? Where can we find you? Alex.
Under a bridge.
I'm not a troll. I hate trolls. Don't feed them. There are a lot of trolls on this story. But yeah, I write for Hardcore Gamer magazine and Pittsburgh Music Magazine. I'm Alex Carlson. You can always bother me on the Twitter at postmesmeric. Okay, that's a toothy grin. That's a shit-eating grin. Looks kind of weird.
I don't know where this comes from. Yeah, shitting grin he had.
I also, you can find me, like, I'm Postmesmeric everywhere. If there's a Postmesmeric, you're probably going to find me. But my Twitch channel is Postmesmeric Gaming, and I'm going to try and stream a little bit more. I'm going to be getting my capture software for my PC really soon, and then you guys can watch my videos of me tormenting Chow. I might make that a weekly thing. Alex's weekly Chow massacre. Wait, they can't die. I don't know. It's
Just call it Chow Switch.
what?
Chow Switz.
Chow Switz? Oh my god, that's funny. That's very funny. I mean,
Chow Switz.
okay, that was her idea, and now I gotta use that. That's gonna be Chow Switz. God damn it, that's in such poor taste, but it's funny. And
Chow Switz.
and it's clever. So,
It works.
look
You gotta
forward
use
to
it.
Chow Switz. So, oh my god.
Congratulations, you broke him.
That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I'll be streaming stuff. I'm around. Yeah,
He's around.
I'm around.
Chat goes, wow, a cat just went dark. Do you guys expect anything out of me but that? Like, really? Really? Did you guys not expect me to say that? Really?
Well, now that you say it, yeah.
Mm.
So, David.
Where can you find me? You can find me on, soon enough, I'm going to be back on Twitch. I'm so much better. I can actually talk without wanting to cough my lungs out. You can find me on YouTube. I got lots of Let's Plays. I got a D&D series with all my friends, which there's another D&D game going on tonight, which will be good. I'm not sick, so I can actually run it. You can now officially find me on Bandcamp for all of, like, the 3 of the things that I feel are decent enough to be on there. Just saying decent enough. You can find me on Twitter at the Alpha Cardinal, just because they stole my freaking name. I'm never going to let that go, ever. Ever. I will find them and I will murder them. And then take their Twitter.
Make sure to get their password before you kill them.
Yes. I have to remember to get the password first. Don't let the rage take over. Yeah, so you can find me at all of these places. I'm coming back to Twitch, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to probably live stream a lot of my Minecraft stuff off Cat server, and then a lot of like Borderlands 2 stuff with me and my other friends, and probably more D&D. There's always more D&D to come. That's always going on the YouTube channel, so there you go. There'll be new stuff on there, because I'm not sick either. So go for it. Have fun. Play more games and watch these people, because they're also kind of fun. Oh, I'm the best.
Oh my god, I did it correctly. Oh my god.
It's backwards on my screen.
Yeah, it's backwards on my screen.
Yeah.
I just spent all this time writing backwards.
It's backwards.
Hey, guess what? It's correct on the stream.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No.
I'm gonna have to open up now.
Come on,
see, 'cause I'm
go
like-
fuller. Cat backwards.
Yeah. So, that's me.
Oh my god, next podcast, everyone has MS boobs.
Okay. I guess
Actually,
this is to me now.
that will probably be the name of this episode.
MS boobs.
Well, it's topical.
Germany!
Okay,
Germany.
well, you can find me on Twitter. Yeah, kidding, I don't have a Twitter.
Make something up. Fool people. Something stupid.
The Cripson Fucker.
Like, how about, like, follow him on Twitter at
The Crimson Fucker.
social
No,
media.
that actually, that's Alucard from Hellsing Abridged, which is a really funny
That's
series.
social
if you haven't
media
seen it
from
yet.
under the bridge.
Yeah, I'm living under my bridge. I'm a hermit. About the only place you can find me on the internet would be either on Elder Scrolls Online. I'm at Diogrub Fiach, I think. Not that anyone here knows how to spell that. I'll have Almir posted somewhere. Someone else. Or on her Minecraft server, because I like building stuff in Minecraft. Yeah, that's about the only places I exist on the internet these days.
Well, at least you exist somewhere on the internet.
Yeah, otherwise that would be
I'm the ghost in a machine.
the ghost of the internet.
I am the smiling bandit, and no one here is going to get that, but it's funny to me. So.
Okay.
Oh. ESO. ESO. No. Factions.
What?
Factions. There we go.
Meow, meow.
I know, I'm doing something really quick.
Well, it's your turn, and we're at 4:01, and I have to go get.
We're all waiting on you, Cat.
I know.
Catherine.
I knew.
Catherine Marie Smith.
Marie Smith. What?
Wow,
I
you're
don't know
way
her
off on her
name.
name.
I don't know. A common
Make
middle
it
name for girls is Marie for some reason. So I just picked what.
Good thing I can write backwards extremely easy.
It's probably gonna look wrong.
Still look wrong for us.
Yeah, it still does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, you can find Jeremy at Almir Meow.
Yeah, that's
Well,
totally. If
I was
you get a
unaware of
reply-
this.
if you get a reply, it will totally be him.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It won't be you.
So-
It will be
Almiro doesn't actually exist. She's an avatar. I'm controlling all of you all.
Ooh. Okay, so at Almir Meow, you can find that on Twitter. This is also where I am on Elder Scrolls Online. I'm part of the Aldemir, Miri, however you pronounce the Dominion. I'm playing on the Elven Dominion. Go figure. Go figure. I play on
Who's
the Elven.
shocked?
Really, go figure. So if you guys are playing ESO, you can write this down, and this will be my name in game. Of course, it's always the same name. I'm always the same person.
Oh, meow,
Meow. So, this is where you can find me on ESO. If you're not on ESO, you can find me on YouTube at Power Button. Power Button. It's all the information is down below right here for everyone. You have me, Power Button, you have Alex, Post Mesmeric, you have David, Carthnell, and down here is, well, not so coming soon, but aka too cool for social media, Jeremy.
I'm under my bridge and I like it here, damn it.
Yeah.
My day, we had outhouses.
So, I will probably
Had to walk
be...
5 miles through snow to get our dial-up.
Smash you. So I will probably end up streaming tonight. It won't be Minecraft most likely because I got 4 more days of early access to ESO and I'm going to play it, damn it. So I'll be playing ESO, guys, and...
Ha! She totally caved. She said she wouldn't do it, but now she's gonna do it.
Do what?
Stream ESO.
Well, if I'm going to stream, it's going to be ESO because I'm not going to be able to tear my life away.
Of course.
MMO has my soul.
Yeah, it stole her soul, because that's why she doesn't have one anymore. She doesn't have a soul. Do you?
I have no soul.
Well.
Cthulhu ate it.
Yep. But on that note, guys, thank you
That's
for
what
watching
makes
this
cat.
/chat podcast, and we shall see you guys again next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. So
Send us ideas. /chat, and we might
/chat.
read them on the air.
for Twitter, or you can
See you
send
next
it to
time.
any one of us, any of our emails or inboxes on anything, or if you just simply say, hey, in game somewhere, hey, I got this topic for /chat, it'll go right here into the topic hat. So feel free to submit those any way possible. So until next time, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.